Hello, everyone. My guest today is Andrew Steele. He's the CEO of Lighthouse PE, a location-based mobile behavioral engagement platform. He previously co-founded and led 3 startups in healthcare and enterprise SaaS, and earlier led marketing, sales, and business development for high-growth businesses acquired by Comcast, Motorola, and Microsoft. Andrew, you ready to take us to the top?
Already.
All right. So talk to us about Lighthouse. What does it mean when you say location-based mobile behavioral marketing, and what does COVID mean for that when no one's moving around?
Yeah, so 2 great questions. So Lighthouse PE is what we call a proximity engagement platform. And essentially what we do is we help businesses better engage their customers to increase their customer lifetime value and increase their customer retention. We do that. The proximity comes in our use of things like location, real-time location data. That could be from geofencing. It could be from beacons, combined with other things we may know about users from our customers' platforms like CRM, which we then analyze with our platform to engage based on the kinds of behavioral profiles that we can create from that data. Mm-hmm. So, relative to COVID, it's actually made what we do even more valuable to businesses, because one of the biggest things, maybe the biggest thing that they're struggling with now is, how do I get my customers to come back, and how do I get my customers to come back more often? And so by communicating with them, by engaging with them using Lighthouse, we're able to give them the ability to reach out on a very personalized level, on almost one-to-one level at scale, to create that comfort level, to remind their customers that they're still
here.
And
Andrew, are we talking McDonald's here, or like mom and pop coffee shop in Scottsdale, Arizona?
It could really either be both. Our focus right now is on local and regional businesses. A lot of what we do, big global brands like McDonald's, like Burger King, Target, Best Buy, they're doing this kind of engagement today, but they're doing it with a lot of technology spend and a lot of marketing spend. And so what we've built with Lighthouse PE is a platform that's very accessible and, cost effective for businesses.
How cost effective? What are these businesses paying on average per month to use you?
Yeah, so entry point's about $200 a month, and it scales up from there. We price based on a recurring tiered fee based on the size of their installed base of mobile apps. So everything we do from an engagement perspective is through their mobile apps. Consumers never see Lighthouse. We're projecting the brand of our customers.
I don't understand what that means. So a mom and pop shop will have their own mobile app?
A lot of them do. And if they don't, we offer app templates that they can, basically brand and skin and use in conjunction with Lighthouse.
And so McDonald's will have, I imagine McDonald's corporate has one mobile app, and they funnel all the location data into that one thing. So you're only pricing based off that one mobile app?
We're pricing based on the install base of that app. So, for example, if I'm a local beauty bar with 3 locations in town, I've got my mobile app. Maybe I have 10,000, users across those 3 locations. Or if I'm a, 10-state regional franchise, maybe I've got a couple 100,000 installed users. And so our pricing, tiers based on that install base.
And when did you launch the business?
So the technology actually grew out of a marketing agency, also here in Phoenix, called Off Madison Ave, really as an answer to their clients' questions or issues that they're trying to resolve relative to retention. And so the technology was built as a part of the agency, but late last year, we made the strategic decision to start the process of standing up Lighthouse PE as its own company. And that's a goal for us this year, is to spin it out of the agency and really grow it like, every other SaaS startup company.
Yeah, this is a very typical model, agency to pure SaaS, but people get stuck sometimes in the middle. And the ways people get stuck is sometimes it's cap table questions. Who actually owns the spin out? Other times it's, they don't want to give up the agency revenue. Sometimes it's a $3, $4, $5 million agencies, and they don't want to go in on the SaaS because then you lose agency. Where are you stuck right now, and how do you plan to solve that stuckness?
Well, the good news for me personally, I just joined the company back in last fall. And by that point, the agency had really created clarity around the objective with Lighthouse PE and the spin out. And so, from where I sit, we're not stuck relative to any of those things because we're spinning this out and it's effectively been bootstrapped. The cap table is going to be very, very clean.
Who will be on it? Will you be on it?
Yes. Yeah. So
and the agency will?
The agency will, the team will, I will. And then as we raise outside funding, those investors will be on the cap table from there.
Mm-hmm. How much are you looking to raise?
So our initial raise, our bogey is $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And, the goal with that is to get from, where we are today, which is about 10-ish K MRR, to 80 to $1 million, basically that to get to that hurdle for the Series A. And so, we're on our goal for the end of this quarter for 1Q is to get to 250 and we can point to about a third of that. So we're
250 in ARR.
In ARR, sorry, yes.
Yep, that's great. And so when do you think you'll do the $1 million raise? Are you doing it now?
We're not, I haven't started it now. Current thinking is we'll start that in earnest towards the end of this quarter, early next quarter.
I see. And what do you think, let's say you get up to $250,000 AR when you do start the fundraise, what valuation story will you go try and sell?
I think, with that valuation story, raising here in the Phoenix market, somewhere in the 6 to 8 pre range, if we're being really aggressive. Yep. As valuations are lower here than they are in the Bay Area or in the Northeast. So that's sort of our realistic, I think, goal.
Mm-hmm. And how many customers are you serving today?
So today we've got about 10 brands on the platform. We're working on a couple of partnerships that will give us much broader reach into specific market segments that we also hope to launch by the end of this quarter. And that's really sort of our two swim lane go to market where we're going to be selling direct to brands, but also building partnerships, loyalty platforms, vertical app platforms where we can get reach, to a broader set of customers and ultimately end users that way.
Andrew, what's the total install base across all your 10 customers?
That's a great question. I'm going to guess it's somewhere in the 80 to 100,000 range.
Yep. So they're each paying about $1,000 per month on average, which is right. Where you get $10,000 per month currently.
That's right.
Interesting. Yeah. Talk to me about funding, to where you're at today, right? What's the team size?
So we're 5 full-time today. That's three developers. We've got an inside salesperson and myself. And, because of our heritage, we get a lot of marketing support from the agency, but 5 full-time today.
And so is $10,000 a month enough to pay those 5 full-time salaries, or are you bringing money in from the agency or something?
So the agency is still covering the gap today. We're not cash flow positive at $10K a month.
Yeah. How aggressive? I mean, obviously, all about burn from your time in the Valley. What burn are you comfortable with right now per month?
So we are, as we sit here today, we're somewhere around the 20-ish K a month burn.
Net or gross?
Net.
Yeah. Okay. That's not horrible. So you got about $30,000 in total monthly expenses, $10,000 in revenue, $20,000 bank account going down every month, and the agency's covering that gap.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, cool. So team of 5 makes a lot of sense. You mentioned you already have your first sales hire, which is rare for a company this early. What quota target did you set for that first quota carrying sales rep?
So basically what we've been able to do is poach one of the inside salespeople from the agency. And so we've got him focused full time. Everything we're doing from a lead gen perspective today is outbound. So, the focus from a sales perspective today is on getting demos. And then, right now we're shooting to scale to getting to between 2 to 4 demos per week.
Mm-hmm. And what do you expect the salesperson to close each month in terms of new MRR or ARR?
So the way we've got the process structured right now, The goal to get from where we are today to, just a hair over 20, which is our, quarter one exit goal, is, roughly 3 to 4 per month in incremental net new MRR.
Yeah, so at a grand each, so you're talking like $4,000 in new MRR per month from the sales rep.
Right.
Yeah, or about $50K annually, right, in new MRR, which would be about $700K in new ARR added over the next 12 months.
Correct.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, and so where do you think most of the growth is going to come from? I mean, how do you go from 10 to 50? You mentioned outbound. Where are you hunting?
So we're focused on 3 primary market verticals today. The technology really came out of the travel and hospitality business. So that's casino gaming, hotels, destination marketing organizations. That's one vertical. The second vertical that we've got some traction in is in the fitness and health and wellness world, kind of the mind, body, Booker customer base world. And then the third is restaurants, primarily fast casual and QSR restaurant segments.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So that's where we're hunting.
Andrew, what a fun story, man. We hope you grow like crazy. In the meantime, though, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Play Bigger.
Play Bigger. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Is there a CEO I'm following or studying? Well, I've followed Bezos for a long time, so I guess I'll say him.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building Lighthouse?
Favorite online tool, HubSpot.
And number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Target is 7 to 8.
And what's your situation, Andrew? Married, single, kids?
Married, kids.
How many?
2 dogs,
kids?
a cat.
How
1
many
dog.
Kids? Daughter. Okay. And how old are you?
I am the big 50.
Oh, wow. Exciting. Great number. So what's something you wish you knew when you were 20?
Patience.
Guys, there you have it. Patience. Lighthouse PE spinning out of an agency. They now got about 10 customers paying $1,000 per month amongst like casino brands or like sort of the mind body customer brands or restaurants who are looking for new ways to stay close for their customers, especially during COVID, to bring them back. They charge again on average $1,000 per month, doing $10,000 a month right now in revenue, $120,000 in AR, hoping to scale up to call it $1 million run rate by the end of the year. Ideally, looking to go do a round in maybe Q2, Q3, call it a 1 on a 6 to 8 pre-money valuation. Currently have 5 people on the team, 3 engineers, burning net about $20,000 per month, but the agency is covering that while they look to drive additional growth. Andrew, thanks for taking us to the top.
Nathan, thanks so much.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.